Manchester City are on the verge of completing one of the most surprising and high-profile transfers of the summer. According to multiple reports, City have reached an agreement in principle with Paris Saint-Germain to sign Gianluigi Donnarumma, the towering Italian goalkeeper, as a long-term replacement for Ederson. The move signals the beginning of a new chapter at the Etihad Stadium, as Pep Guardiola and City's hierarchy prepare for life after one of the most successful goalkeepers in the club's history. The end of an era. Ederson's departure. Ederson Moraes joined Manchester City in 2017 from Benfica for a then-record fee for a goalkeeper. In his 7 years at the club, Ederson has revolutionized the role of a modern goalkeeper with his exceptional distribution, quick reflexes, and bravery off his line. A key figure in Guardiola's system, Ederson has won everything there is to win at club level. 5 Premier League titles, a Champions League crown, multiple domestic cups, and personal accolades, including the Premier League Golden Glove. However, speculation over his future began earlier this year after interest from the Saudi Pro League intensified. Sources close to the club confirmed in June that Ederson had expressed openness to a new challenge. And now, with negotiations reportedly at an advanced stage with Al Nassr, Manchester City have accelerated their plans to bring in a world-class successor. Why Donnarumma? Gianluigi Donnarumma, 26, is no stranger to the spotlight. A prodigious talent since breaking into the AC Milan first team at just 16, Donnarumma has been hailed as the natural heir to Gianluigi Buffon. He moved to PSG in 2021 after leading Italy to glory at Euro 2020, where he was named Player of the Tournament. Standing at 6 feet 5 inches, Donnarumma is an imposing presence between the sticks, combining cat-like reflexes with aerial dominance and an ever-improving command of the ball at his feet. While PSG have rotated between Donnarumma and Keylor Navas in past seasons, the Italian has grown frustrated with the lack of consistency in his role, especially under Luis Enrique, who preferred a more ball-playing approach that highlighted Donnarumma's occasional technical flaws. With PSG now undergoing a rebuild under a new manager and several key departures looming, Donnarumma is ready to take on a fresh challenge in a league that he has long admired. Manchester City's goalkeeping coach Xabier Mancisidor has reportedly given his full backing to the move, believing Donnarumma's physical attributes, leadership qualities, and high ceiling can be polished to match City's tactical demands. Financials and contract details sources close to the negotiations suggest that Manchester City and PSG have agreed on a deal worth around €65 million. £55 million, with add-ons that could take the total to €75 million. Donnarumma is expected to sign a 5-year contract with an option for a 6th year, keeping him at the Etihad potentially until 2031. His salary will place him among the top earners at the club, though still within City's tightly managed wage structure. City have acted decisively, aware of growing interest in Donnarumma from Bayern Munich and Juventus. Sporting director Txiki Begiristain has led talks personally and secured an agreement with Donnarumma's representatives, who are reportedly delighted by the prospect of the player joining Guardiola's team. What Donnarumma brings to Manchester City: one shot-stopping prowess. One of Donnarumma's greatest strengths is his shot-stopping ability. With quick reflexes for a man of his size and a strong command of his box, Donnarumma has often single-handedly kept teams in matches. His performances at Euro 2020, particularly in penalty shootouts, highlighted his mental fortitude and ability to rise to the occasion under pressure. 2. Physical dominance. At 6 feet 5 inches, Donnarumma is one of the tallest goalkeepers in world football. His reach and command of aerial balls make him a daunting presence for attackers, especially in set-piece situations. An area where Ederson, while competent, occasionally struggled against physically dominant sides. 3. Youth and experience combined. Despite being only 26, Donnarumma already has nearly a decade of top-flight experience, having made over 350 senior appearances across Milan and PSG, along with over 60 international caps for Italy. His blend of youth and experience makes him a perfect candidate to grow further under Guardiola's coaching. Room for growth. Unlike Ederson, who joined City with well-established distribution skills, Donnarumma is still developing his passing game. Guardiola's staff believe they can mold him into a more complete modern goalkeeper, one who is not only an elite shot stopper, but also a capable playmaker from the back. How Guardiola plans to integrate him. Pep Guardiola has built his dynasty at Manchester City by implementing a possession-based, high-pressing system in a dramatic turn of events that few predicted when Jack Grealish made his blockbuster £100 million switch from Aston Villa to Manchester City in 2021. The Premier League champions are now actively seeking to offload the England international this summer. Sources close to the Etihad Stadium confirm that City have set a transfer deadline to finalize Grealish's departure, with club officials determined to part ways with the player before the start of the 2025-26 season. It is a move that signifies both the ruthless efficiency of Pep Guardiola's title-winning machine and the changing landscape of English football's elite. Grealish's struggles in Sky Blue Jack. Grealish arrived at City amid enormous fanfare. As the most expensive English player in history, the expectations were astronomical. His flair, dribbling ability, and creativity made him one of the most entertaining players in the Premier League during his time at Aston Villa. But at City, surrounded by world-class players and immersed in Guardiola's strict tactical framework, Grealish has struggled to consistently replicate the free-spirited brilliance that defined his Villa career. While Grealish played an important role in the 2022-23 treble-winning campaign, particularly as a hard-working left-winger who contributed defensively and tactically, his attacking output has fallen short of expectations. Across 4 seasons, he has managed only 16 goals and 22 assists in over 140 appearances. A modest return for a player of his pedigree and price tag. Guardiola's tactical shift and Grealish's reduced role. Part of Grealish's diminishing influence stems from Guardiola's evolving tactical blueprint. City's positional play has become increasingly fluid and less reliant on traditional wingers holding the touchline. With the emergence of Phil Foden and the growing importance of Julian Alvarez and Jeremy Doku in the wide roles, Grealish has found his playing time limited. During the 2024-25 campaign, he made just 18 Premier League appearances, starting only 9 matches and contributing 3 goals. Injury setbacks, combined with Guardiola's preference for other options, saw Grealish fall down the pecking order. Moreover, City's pursuit of greater verticality in attack, favoring direct, pacey players who can stretch opposition defenses, left Grealish, a player who thrives on slowing down the game and drawing fouls, as something of a square peg in a round hole. Financial motivation. Balancing the books off the pitch, Manchester City's motivation is clear. With growing scrutiny over Premier League spending and financial sustainability rules, the club is keen to balance their books. Grealish, still carrying significant resale value due to his age, 29, and marketability, represents one of the few high-profile assets City can cash in on without weakening their core squad. A sale could generate funds to support new transfer targets and balance the financial impact of recent spending on Josko Gvardiol, Matheus Nunes, and potential summer incomings such as Eberechi Eze and a new goalkeeper to replace the recently departed Ederson. Sources suggest that City are targeting a sale north of £60 to £70 million, though they accept that recouping the full £100 million they paid to Aston Villa is unlikely given Grealish's mixed spell in Manchester. The transfer deadline. A statement of intent City have reportedly set an internal deadline of mid-August to complete Grealish's transfer, ideally before the Premier League season kicks off.